I don't really remember what was happening.
Do you just want me to read?
Yeah, just read your summary.
At the beginning of the reading, readers learn that Mike has applied to many law schools, including Yale. When he arrives back to this room or dorm, he sees that there's a large envelope in his mailbox. For the longest time, he doesn't want to open it because he has a feeling that he didn't get in. Later, when Pella meets Mike for the first time, we find out that he didn't make it into any of the colleges and that he applied to. He's very sad and doesn't know what to do. The reading then changes to President Applewhite, who continues to visit Owen in the hospital. After Owen makes a comment about not having his glasses, Applewhite decides to go to his dorm and get his glasses for him. It's a very interesting situation because he sees. What? Anyways, the reading then changes to Henry, who receives a call from Dwight, an agent from the St. Louis Cardinals, and he believes that Henry could be picked in the first round instead of the third round. Meanwhile, after meeting Pella, Mike decides to ask her out for dinner, where they both seem to fall in love.
And he maxed out his credit card.
Well, yeah, he maxed out all his credit cards.
And Payla orders wine.
And then
Although I still kind of
I totally should have.
I like how we all use the word shit. Art Fielding.
And then, as the reading continues, Applewhite continues to visit Owen, and then one day he walks in on his mother, which is an awkward situation, anyways. And the reading ends with Henry catching streak ending, and Mike getting mad at the Empire for spitting at him.
And we also missed that Payla fell asleep in Schwartz's bed and then woke up and OCD cleaned his ticket.
I totally would do that.
I would do it too.
Oh,
I would be like, I cannot be here with this mess, and then I would, yeah.
And then you'd be so satisfied when it was clean.
And I'd be like, I don't even care if he never talks to me again. The dishes are done.
He's probably gonna think it's cute.
I hope so, because I kind of ship it. Even
I do. I totally do. I like Big Bear Schwartz and Payla. It just makes me so happy.
I want to find someone to ship Henry with that's not
Owen.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have to have images?
Oh.
This is the image. I can't really see it on camera, but wait. So that the law school and the heart and the. Oh, okay, I get it.
Good word, Grace. Okay.
Pretty. Now what? Now
Casey, do you want to share the quote that you wanted to talk about?
Literary.
Oh, yeah. So I just thought this one was funny. It's Affenlight coming into Owen's hospital room where his mom is, and his mom is trying to be super welcoming and everything, even though you can tell she thinks it's kind of weird. And
It's totally weird.
It's totally weird.
It's no, like,
may I finish?
It's weird to you because you know that Affenlight's not in the movie. It wasn't. It was just the president.
It would just be a little bit odd.
It'd be a little bit, but you know, it's eccentric.
a small college.
It's eccentric college. Yeah, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Anyway.
You think it's weirder because you know that he's alone.
Anyway, may I finish? So he draws out his volume of Whitman from his chest pocket, and he...
No,
he doesn't.
Owen's mom hugs him and feels it. And
Owen feels it, that's right. And then she's like, oh, you love Whitman. And he's like, no, I used to when I was 12. And he goes, Whitman appeals to the newly gay. He's like a gateway drug. And I just thought it was so funny because Affenlight is just wrapped up in all of these, like, homosexual feelings. He doesn't know what to do with himself, and he's having this midlife crisis, and Owen's like,
yeah, and he's not
he appeals
gay,
to the newly gay. Well,
Affenlight, like, well, I mean, he might have been, but, like, he had a girlfriend.
So did plenty
and
of
had a child.
Yeah, but no, I don't think he's gay. I think he's probably... I think he's either,
all we know is that he's in love with Owen. That's all we know about his sexual orientation.
No, I don't think confused. I don't think confused. I think he's probably, my guess at this point in the book is that he's a homo-romantic heterosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think all we can really say about his sexual orientation is that he is a man who was, for the great portion of his life, convinced he was straight and is now in love.
We don't even know that much. We don't know that he was convinced he was straight because we don't talk about his relationship. We don't learn about any of his relationships except for that we don't even know about his wife because he...
Wasn't a wife, it was a girlfriend.
Yeah, because Bella's mom, but they weren't even together really that much.
No, they were
together for
They
like
were a little
3
bit.
No, they were together for like 10 months, and then she broke up with him.
And then she found out she was pregnant.
Yeah, and so.
And then they raised Pella together.
So they didn't even have that much.
No, except then
relationship,
she
so
died when Pella was like
She
3.
died when Pella was like 5. Yeah.
3. And so we don't know enough about Aphrodite's past relationship history or anything to determine.
I think he's just confused. I don't know. I mean,
Confused how? What is he confused about?
what's his?
I mean, confusion, I feel like that's possible. He's definitely confused about where he stands in life, but I don't know that he's confused about his feelings because
He was a little
No,
bit.
he's not confused about his feelings.
because I mean, I think those feelings are pretty clear to him.
But
I think
they're not.
I think he's confused about what he's going to do about them, but that's different.
But there is even a moment in here when it talks about him being confused about his feelings because. Yeah, because where is it that he walks into?
He doesn't necessarily.
Yeah?
Yes.
Possibly any AA batteries, because I think the battery in this camera just died. I mean, it actually didn't, but the little icon in the corner is empty.
Okay, so yeah, no, here, because Aphrodite is in there, and he's like, how did Aphrodite feel about Owen's body? Did he want Owen in a sexual way? Because that website, that photograph is sexual. And so he has to, stop and think about it, because he doesn't know that he's in love with Owen in a sexual way.
Right, he might just be.
Which is why I don't necessarily think he's homosexual, I think he's homoromantic, or biromantic at least.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess that opens up a discussion about what is the difference and what those things are. Like, do you guys think that that you can really love someone if you don't desire them sexually at all?
Well,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. Because what about all the asexuals in the world? Are you saying that their love is less just because they don't want to bonk each other?
Oh my god, did you really just say it? I can't even respond to that. Like, please don't expect me to respond. Come in! Did you get that on film? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. But yeah, I do think Haydn has a valid point though, because it is like.
I'm not saying I don't think
Yeah,
that,
I do think Aphrodite is heterosexual, but he is at least biromantic because he does want Owen in a romantic way, just not necessarily in a sexual way.
in a sexual way, exactly.
He doesn't even want Owen to figure out that he likes him because he's
doesn't want
in
to
the
deal with what
hospital
that
with
would happen.
with Whitman, and he was he doesn't want to be found out because it'll make it more real. And so I think that it's kind of this thing he's built up in his head, and so which is why I don't necessarily think he's we know he's not really sexually interested in Owen, at least as of now, and so I think that's kind of why I don't get weirded out by it as much, because it's just this little old man who's in love with someone, but not in a sexual way.
Yeah, well, and
So I
it's
just
also
feel bad for
you
him.
mentioned that would make it more real. What do you guys think of I think it's always super interesting when you read about a crush, because crushes are they're somebody else is taking up your mind and your entire life, and they may not even know who you are. Owen knows Aphrodite, but he's not thinking about him. He's not bothering
Well,
with
we
him.
don't know that. I think the last time that Aphrodite was in the hospital, we kind of get a little hint of what Owen is feeling, because what they talked about, the glances at Aphrodite and his dismissal, with his mother there. Yeah, and so I think Owen is kind of a little bit more aware of Aphrodite's feelings. We don't necessarily know know how he's responded to them.
That's
like,
what I mean. I think he's aware of them. I think what we don't know is what he's feeling about them.
Yeah, and I want to know that.
And I think the other thing is that it's kind of one of those things where Evan like really likes the idea of like being in love with Owen, except like if Owen like returned his feelings,
it would make it scary.
He would get scared and he would probably like back out or run away, or I don't even know what he would do, but it would just be.
You read to the end of chapter 24.
It's just the next chapter.
Shame on you, Marissa.
You told us that Owen is leaving.
That's what you do.
That sucks. That sucks. The chapter's only like a page long.
Exactly.
But still, I didn't feel cheated.
Oh, yeah, it's literally 2 pages. But, missed something here. I also have another, I was literary luminary, so I have a bunch of quotes. I had another one about Henry, thinking about his failures recently. In the space of 15 innings, he'd made the 5 worst throws of his college career. The one that hit Owen, the 2 errors in the first game today, and the 2 ungainly throws in the second game. All 5 came on routine and in fact almost identical plays. Hard hit balls more or less right at him, so that he had plenty of time to plant his feet and find Rick's glove before making the throw. Simple plays, of a kind he hadn't botched since puberty. And I thought we should just talk about, like, why do you think Henry is...
Yeah, what's happening to Henry? Because he was like, he hadn't made an error in like probably 10 years, and now all of a sudden he's making like all of these mistakes. And do you think it's because of the throw that he hit Owen that's just ruined his confidence? Or, like, I mean, what caused the throw that hit Owen to go so off in the first place? Because, I mean, it was a routine throw.
I mean, you see it in baseball when pitchers almost hit someone, or at least I've noticed it, when pitchers almost hit someone or do hit someone, they get shook up.
And then they walk a lot of other people. Yeah.
They don't want to do it again because it could hurt someone.
I think it's probably